Hey friends, I'm Dan Foley.
Hey, and I'm Brandon.
We had so much fun in Atlanta, I don't know where to start, but we fixing to have a good time tonight. But by the way, this show's called Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing.
Grubbin' is tasting.
And we're going to do all of that tonight. All right, today is National Cocktail Day, so it's time for the Rubbin' and Grubbin' word of the day. If you are over 21 years of age, play along and take a shot or a sip of your favorite adult beverage, like a baby beer. When you hear one of us say it. Tonight's word of the day is, when you hear that word, cheers. The word of the day last week was weekend.
Weekend. All right.
We have no idea.
No, that's a good word, though.
Did we say it last week? Did we ever say weekend?
30 times.
30 times. I like it. I like it.
Well, if you did 30 shots, God bless you.
Yeah, if you did. Woo.
Did you see the Atlanta race?
Oh man, I'm here, dude. You kidding me? Great as always. That's one of my favorite times of the year, man. I mean, like I said, get to see a lot of folks and just great racing. I mean, the atmosphere is great. The weather was nice. Wind was a little stiff, a little breezy, but
Turn 2 crew.
That's it, man. The Turn 2 crew, man. So definitely know how to have a good time over there, and just great racing. I mean, it really was. You know, the action was good, competitive at times. So it's always a great time, man. It's a blast. Glad everybody could come this year, be a part of it, and it's going to happen again for sure.
So we were at Turn 2, right next to the tunnel where you can drive in or walk in. I had my car parked right outside of the orange parking lot. If you're going to the Atlanta Motor Speedway and you're coming up late the way I did, and you have to get in there and go to where somebody's camping, you're going to park in the orange lot. It's free parking. It says no overnight parking, but we called and verified you will not tow my car, right? They did not tow my car.
No, they did not.
It's real easy to walk in and ride out. There's a pedestrian walkway through that tunnel. It's actually pretty smooth. So who were so let's just, the guys that were around us.
Yeah.
The guys down to the left.
Yep. So you had
Bubba.
Yep. You got Daryl Baker, Bubba, what we like to call him. You got Big E, and you had Kenny.
Kenny's a work.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, they're all characters. Great guys, man. Like I said, some of my favorites to see.
And you've been seeing them for like 30 years.
Yeah, a long time, man. Like 15, 20 years. You know, Bubba has his family comes in on Sundays and watches the race. Just a great time, man. And then we also had Matt and Robert from Illinois that come down every year. Some friends of my uncle.
Police officer.
Yep.
Yes.
He's getting ready to retire, and the other one works or used to work with one of my cousins, my cousin Danny. So there again, know them, man. It's just a big family. You got Gerald, right there, lives down in Gainesville, Florida. Always there with us again. It's just great folks, man, and great time. Yeah, man.
I'm a retired military guy, and there's a lot of guys around us that have either, retired from the military or had military experience, and I made a lot of friends. If you want to go to Atlanta, you can call and for a pretty reasonable price, you can have a big ass RV with like boop, 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 slide out.
Oh yeah, man.
You can have it put in there. And then you got living quarters, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's super simple way to go. Inexpensive weekend for what it is, and like we say, usually you get in on Thursday, so you got Thursday night, all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Wake up and go home on Monday. So it's a little bit longer in years past. This year with all this going on, shorter schedule, no practice, no qualifying, and Friday's the day where all three series do that.
Like Speedway.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. That's what they do. The show for every track they go to when there is practice and qualifying. Like, hey, when you have all three series running at your track, you get to watch truck practice, Xfinity practice, Cup practice, truck qualifying, Xfinity qualifying, Cup qualifying, next practices, races. So you get from Friday.
Go back to having practice?
I don't know if we do. My opinion on it, man. I really think we should only have one. I think there should be 1 2-hour practice every weekend. Whether it's an hour and an hour, just one continuous 2-hour practice. And then after that,
All
that's
the
it.
series go out
No, not together. No. Just I'm saying like right, correct, like a 2 hour. Not breaking it up because that's kind of what they did was like an hour here, 2 hour here.
2 hours for.
Yep, all weekend. 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. That's what you set it up. You know what I mean? That's your stuff,
Why
and then
didn't ARCA race
onto
in
that.
Atlanta?
They just didn't. I don't know why. I've said it whenever I found out NASCAR acquired ARCA that it would just be a great move there again, Atlanta, to have another series. Right? You get there Thursday, and we go back to the normal schedule. Oh, Friday night ARCA race. Oh, all right, that sounds great. A lot of the reason why is the tire compound's different, which I would hope that NASCAR being NASCAR, they can change the rules in that a little bit and use the same.
We're going to come back to tires.
Right. Use the same compound that all these other cars are using and do that. I mean, I think it would be great for the ARCA series. I think it'd be great for the fans. A shorter lap race. 80 laps, 100 laps, whatever it may be, however many miles. 150 miles, whatever.
Right.
But I think it'd be cool. And then then that'd be on Friday, and then a doubleheader on Saturday, and then the big boy. Oh man. Double header.
Go ahead, talk about
the double headers. That's the best part of that weekend, like racing. I mean, because you get 2 races in one day. So this is the first year I got to see where they did Xfinity or trucks first and then Xfinity. It's always been the Xfinity, and then it was a truck race to finish it off because the truck race is shorter, less miles. So this one you got to see Xfinity go on, and man, I tell you what, it was awesome. I mean, that's my favorite day, man. That's Saturday. It's like barbecuing, drinking cold drinks. You know what I mean? Having a good time with the friends. Playing cornhole, go out there, watch a race, 30-minute break, come back up. You know what I mean? Up there, giving it hell, man. I mean, just giving it hell. That's what it's all about.
So, we did the radio show. Brandon and I did the ESPN Coastal radio show. He was in the camper like 15 feet over there, and I was in my camper. And my head was so fat that it would not fit out this door right now.
Yeah, Dan had a pretty good time there Saturday night.
Fat head, but I got up and I was writing. This is no kidding. I was writing notes on a coffee filter.
Right.
Because I couldn't find any paper. I couldn't make the coffee pot go on. I couldn't make the heater go on. But I could make the light go on, and we did the show, and it was PJ Zucca, by the way, God bless you.
Yeah, it was awesome, man, awesome time. There I said, man, I hope everybody comes back every year. I hope the group only gets bigger. Yeah. JB, Karen, they need to come. Obviously, my mom and dad always do. Lindsay does, my wife always does with us, and there again, like I said, it's just adding into the Turn 2 crew. And there were some guys we missed this year, Dave and Don Porter, missed both of them. They usually come down, and they have a dad that's been there for many years. They usually bring down with them as well.
Right.
And they didn't make it down this year, so we missed those guys. Quite a few other guys. Kenny had a couple brothers that had been coming, and they're really cool guys again. But like I said, when it's at full togue and everybody's there, man, you're looking at probably, 25, 30 of us, close to that, 25 people, man, that are all just like you never skipped a beat. We're family, we're a NASCAR family, man. We've been there so long, we take care of each other. We just have a good time, and that's it.
On the radio, we talked about how these people have been going there for 30 years and how close it is and how close the relationships are. So his dad, Bart, went there years and years ago. And he shows up, and he's reserved an RV, and the RV is not in the spot. So they pull up, and they're like, oh, we paid for a camper. There's no camper here. We're sitting here on the grass. And Kenny and Bubba, that crowd
Biggie
comes over.
Yep.
They come over, and they go, well, shoot. Look here, we can tighten up, and you guys can stay with us tonight, and tomorrow morning we're going to find you a camper. And, there's a lot of people that tell you the world's upside down right now and we're all at each other's throats. And I'm going to tell you, you should go to a NASCAR race because those men that helped his family out, retired military members, they just happen to be African-American men. And
awesome people, man.
Spectacular time with them. We drank beers together. We did shots together. I mean, I hug these guys like, great.
They're
guys.
awesome, man.
Great guys.
They're awesome people, man.
So,
like I said, they're.
So to you guys, if you happen to see this,
they're Harvick fans.
Yeah. Bubba Wallace, Harvick fans, man. They do their thing. I mean, I've been trying to preach to them for years, but they don't want to listen to me, man. But hey, it's not. Oh yeah, it is nothing but love for those guys, man.
What I'd like to have happen is LB Lawrence Bennett, who's behind the camera, the brain's behind the camera. LB, go ahead and put a link to that SoundCloud radio show, and I'm going to invite you guys to check that radio show out. It was on ESPN Coastal last Sunday, and you can hear me talking with a hangover. and we talk about some fun stuff.
Yeah, man.
It was pretty cool.
It always is, man. Always a good time, man.
Spectacular. I had to leave early to come back. I had a gig on the boat. I'm riding back. We did a little game of skill up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I pulled the number 5 out. So I've got the 5, the 15, whatever, everything that ends in 5. And I'm there watching the number 5 dominate.
Oh, yeah, killed it. All race.
I did the first hour of the Cup race, and I'm driving down, I-16, the road from hell forever. And I keep looking at my phone, and number 5's stroking it, number 5's stroking it. And I had already said that I was going to donate my $200 into this bucket because this is for Help Save One of Our Own. This is our charity project for this year. And I was already patting myself on the back in my car, driving down I-16. I got the race won! And then what happens at the end of the freaking race?
Yeah, man.
What happened?
Blaney got him, man.
What happened? How could that happen?
Yeah. It happens, man. Yeah.
So his tires went away?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm going to say happened. I mean, more than likely, I mean from what I read after what he said was like, look, he knew that Blaney had a little bit of a better long run car, but he was super fast, right? I think he led like 289 laps of the race. He killed it, man. Anyways, he goes, I was trying to get out as far as I could and hope that the distance I put was enough to make the race. Yeah. And I don't know if they showed it on TV. I was in person watching it, but I know the 22 got, held him up, blocked him a little bit. Yeah, he's a teammate to Ryan Blaney, so I get it. Whatever. But he ran him really hard on a lap.
So he put the rub on?
No. Didn't touch him or anything, but way slower. Larson was way faster, held him up through 1 and 2 one time, killed his momentum, raced him really hard through 3 and 4, so that killed some time, used some tires, and then Larson.
So Logano's down 2 laps, is that right?
I think something around in there. I have no idea. He wasn't in contention.
So he's not a factor.
Right, he wasn't in contention.
And here comes Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
And here's a guy who's down 2 laps.
Yeah, wasn't in contention. Teammate, though. I mean, that's how it is.
And he just goes, I'm just going to go up here and be nobody's favorite.
Well, hey, man, I mean, that's kind of just part of it, honestly. I mean, I'm not going to be mad. I mean, it's just, between drivers, it's just reciprocated. So just remember this, whenever I might have trouble and I'm a lap down or whatever, 2 laps, and we're coming to the end of the race, and, you're in the lead.
What goes around comes around?
Correct, so. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I mean, we got all kinds of stuff. Big shout out there again to John and Dale Henderson, live, Coach's Corner, center of the universe. Do it every week from here, man. Thank you so much for letting us do this. If this is the first time you guys are tuning in, like we say, like, share, follow, subscribe on our YouTube channel, man, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. It's a really good time. Do some really short pieces on there with Lawrence. That's fun all the time. So if you hadn't yet, make sure you go check that out.
Yeah, there are, on the Coach's Corner, are the short videos on YouTube as well as Coaches? I guess, yes, they are. There is on our YouTube channel, Rubbin' and Grubbin', you can see some of those short videos we made from the track. Now, we actually do have a written script that I'm supposed to be reading from here.
We're getting there, man. We're getting there.
I'm just freestyling. NASCAR news. Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, and Kurt Busch took part in a Goodyear tire test Tuesday for the Cup Series at Nashville Speedway.
Yeah.
Nashville Speedway.
Yeah, man, something new there on the schedule. We talked about it earlier in the year. The schedule got flopped up, new races, new places, new faces even now. So at the end of the day, they got to go get some tire data. These tires are going to wear. I remember a couple races. This was back later, early 2000s, 90, or 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe. I don't know, somewhere in there. Anyways, I remember an Indianapolis race they took tires to, and the tires would only hold up for about 8 laps. And the cord would burn off or they'd blow. So they always started doing more tire testing to make sure they bring a really good compound that's going to hold up, be raceable, and not put anybody, it's a safety issue, not put anybody in harm's way. Because the last thing we want is somebody going 190 miles an hour, tire blowing out, hit the wall, and tragedy strike. So, but it's also for data for teams to kind of base off of and know what this tire is going to do, how bad it wears, how many laps, how bad it wears in 10 laps, how bad it wears in 20. 50, 100, a full run on a set, however it may be. So just testing to find out data, and that way they give it to Goodyear, and the guys that get to go run it kind of get the advantage of putting some laps in at Nashville in this style car. So Goodyear goes and does what they do and says, hey, here's the compound, and it's amazing. So when we get there, sure, it's going to be a great race. Nashville's a really cool track. Really excited to see that one.
Isn't there 2 places in Nashville? Isn't there a Nashville Fairgrounds?
Yeah, yeah.
There's like a little tiny track.
Yeah.
And then the Nashville
Yeah,
Speedway.
yeah. Quite a few places. Those, you know, track close to the big track, or affiliated with it, or just a nice national dirt track. A lot of places do so. But yeah, no, this is the asphalt. You know, Xfinity races there. Trucks, I think, race there maybe, but I know Xfinity does.
You said something to me when we were at Atlanta. And you said, because Atlanta is also hard on tires.
Oh, yeah.
And you said when they put new tires on, they get 5 laps?
Yeah, I say 5 to 7. Just
they can do whatever they want.
Run as hard as you can.
Right.
And then after that, you better start conserving. But you know, the strategy goes a little deeper than that when it comes to a place like when you talk about tires. It really does. We'll get when we hit Atlanta, we'll talk about it. But the strategy is a little different than just that. But
okay, the Tim Race iRacing Pro Invitational Series starts tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it.
Dirt Race on Fox Sport 1.
Yeah.
Now, if you're just getting here and you don't know what iRacing is, don't feel bad, because about a year ago I didn't either. And Big and I stood out back. He explained to me that iRacing is simulation, and guys have rigs in their houses, in their garage, up in their extra room, maybe $4,000 rig. It's got wraparound visuals, or it may just be a thing that you clip to your desk. Timmy Hill won a race last year during the pandemic.
That's it.
With a desktop setup that probably cost $50. I don't know. But it's cool. And when we had no NASCAR to look at last year, what we had was Mike Joy and Jeff Gordon and iRacing.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It was something to look
and
at.
Boyer was actually in it. Yeah, Gordon got in one too. So
tonight, back, and you know what? I'm always going to have a warm spot in my iRacing because of what they gave us last year when there was no live sports anywhere on earth. That was cool.
Yeah.
So it was tonight, 8 p.m. at the Bristol Dirt Race. Timmy Hill, and I got a little Timmy Hill story, if I may. Lawrence is up on top of his camp at Atlanta. And every time the cars go by, Lawrence is waving. They come around under caution. Here comes the 66 car. Now, they're under caution. They're not racing. You know, the guys have a little time to look around. There was, of course, a Coach's Corner banner on the back of one of the campers. Lawrence is waving, and he swears that when 66 went by, he saw the hand waving outside.
That's
the,
right.
Whatever they call
the
it.
Window net. Yeah.
The window netting.
Yeah.
So, Timmy Hill, you made LB's night. Thank you so much for doing that, and we support you. So, Timmy Hill got no invite to this Pro Invitational. MBM Motorsports that he drives for was banking on exposure and TV time from these events to sell their sponsorships for their real race car. And they're going to now skip cup races this year. But guess what happened? Brad Keselowski gave his seat to Austin Cindric for the iRacing events, and Austin Cindric gave that seat to Timmy Hill.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting this how we're picking up and throwing this down at all. How do you win a Pro Invitational race last year against the William Byrons and the Dale Juniors and the Bobby Labanis?
And you don't get invited back?
And you don't even get invited back.
What the hell,
and
man?
you're a small
Come on,
sponsor.
man.
Yeah, man, come on. Whoever's in charge of that, man, that's some garbage, man. iRacing must be buy racing. You know what I mean? You must have to buy your seat, man. That's horrible, man. It's horrible, man.
I hope it works out. And we do like Timmy Hill. He's a cool cat. I mean,
I always like to see the underdog, get a win or pull ahead. And in iRacing, Timmy Hill is not an underdog by any means.
No.
He's probably going to put on a pretty good run tonight. He's probably going to put on a pretty good run tonight.
A top tier car.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be good. Oh yeah, he showed you some skills, man. He's going to be good, brother.
So Roger Penske says he would like to see a NASCAR street race.
Nah. Roger Penske needs to go back to sleep, man. No. He wants a street race so he can say, "Hey, man, let's let in on Saturday, and then we'll turn around and let's run NASCAR on Sunday." No, man. At the end of the day, like I said, love Roger Penske to death. Icon in the sport, legend in the sport, the best car owners, racers, love, passionate, race people there ever was.
Yeah.
And a very smart businessman at that. So, no offense, but no, man, no street racing for NASCAR. NASCAR, man. We already got too many road courses. Like I said, I say 4 a year. Road courses, that is it for me. Well, let's go to some different oval tracks. Let's do some things different with some of these older tracks, revamp them, maybe bring them back. There's plenty of tracks out there that still has some seating, or if not, let's put some money in some of them and get it going. But at the end of the day, man, no street races for NASCAR, man.
Okay. There you heard it. We've had 6 NASCAR Cup races.
Six different winners, man.
And 6 different winners.
Yeah, so this has happened a couple times.
Best season ever.
This has happened. I think the last time this happened was 2014, maybe somewhere around in there, I think. And then I know that the record, I'm pretty sure, is 10 races with 10 different winners.
Okay.
And I want to say that was somewhere in that. Don't quote me on my dates, but I'm pretty sure it was somewhere in. I know it was in the 2000s. This has happened earlier 2000s.
To be a factor in the playoffs, because if you win a race, you get into.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. So if you have 10 different guys that win a race, and they're in, right now with only 6 races being down and so many people in, I would say anything's mathematically possible still. So let's say a Michael McDowell that has won finishes 35th in the next 12 races, 14 races. Yep. That could possibly drop him out of the top 30. Okay. So if you're outside of the top 30 in points, even though you have that win, doesn't matter.
You're still out.
Correct. Okay. And then what if we go through a season where here we are, and we only have 26 races to the cutoff, you know what I mean? So let's say we go, obviously there's going to be some double winners, but let's say we feel there's 16 different winners, and then the bottom, 17, 18, and 19 all have 1 win as well. Okay. So now you have 3 spots to give out, or 2 spots to give out between 6 different people, and it goes down to a system that they have. I'm pretty sure it's like, best finishing average is one of them, and then if there's a tie in that, they go to something else and something else. Eventually, statistically, they break it and give it to somebody.
Gotcha.
But at the end of the day, this could be one of those seasons. I mean, this is a wild season, and then here we are coming up to this Bristol dirt race, right? And it has been one of the best seasons ever to me as a fan. I mean, I love it. Here we are coming up to Bristol dirt race. There again, a variable. Guess what? Nobody's ever done this on Bristol in these cars on dirt. Nobody's ever done this.
Yeah.
So we can go there again. It's like a Daytona Talladega. We can go and say, well, we know Denny Hamlin runs. We know Logano. We know these Hendrick cars. We know the Woods brothers bring good in. We can say we know that these people are good there, but we don't happen, right? So one person's mistake cost 25 people their chance at a win, and the next thing you know, there's 15 cars running, and here we are, and Corey LaJoie wins the race. I mean, it happens. It happens at Daytona. It happens at Talladega. Anybody can go and win. So now here we are. We're going on this dirt, right? And we got Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell and Briscoe, and the Busch brothers grew up running some dirt stuff here and there. And you got the Dillon, the Ty and Austin Dillon. That Dillon's won Eldora. You know what I mean? So it's not like he doesn't know in a truck.
Eldora is the top of the heap.
Right. In a truck. So I mean, he's got some feel of something not the same, nowhere near the same. But just something closer than like the 6 of the stuff that they've been running leading up to this. Totally different race car, way heavier. You know what I mean? Going to be a totally different setup, totally different style race. So
it's fault when a car gets sideways, the announcer always exclaims, "He just got sideways." But on dirt, you're just sideways.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be sideways. Yeah, man, you're sliding. That's it. I mean, it's a momentum deal, right? It's a momentum deal. You're wanting to keep that momentum and work that car and drive it, man. It's a driver. I mean, it is car setup and car to drive. Yeah. And that's what makes it exciting. And I think NASCAR is bringing something new. We're going to see how it plays out in a few days, man. Like I said, I'm not going to give my statement on yay or nay. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan about it, but if it's positive and it's a good race and really neat, hey man, I'm down for it. But I just think Bristol's iconic in the 2 races they do. They should have went and they should have definitely. Well, it's the seating capacity, man, and let's be honest, it's the money dollars that these tracks make when everybody comes.
30,000 people
right, but
anyway,
but
30,000.
Yeah, I don't think you can fit 30,000 at Eldora. I think you could fit 2,000. You know what I mean? Right. So right. No, I mean,
you know how many seats?
I mean, whatever it may be, at the end of the day, it's not a personally owned tracks vendor other than Tony Stewart, which he would love it. Obviously, he's a track owner, so the concessions, the camping, the rentals, the this, the that, he's making money hand over fist on top of the racing.
God bless him.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think there's plenty of them out in America that you could go do this at. I don't think there's ever going to be one that's like why worry about so much about the money if you're going to go do this? You got sponsors that don't pay millions of dollars to sponsor. Right. So let's do. If we want to race a dirt race, let's find a dirt race and let's do it for like the All-Star race, or let's do it for something different where it's just a money race anyways, right? Obviously fans will want to be there, but we say, hey, guess what? It's this number of seats and it's going to cost this much to go. So it's going to be a higher price ticket. The average family that goes to NASCAR, loves NASCAR, is not going to be able to afford that ticket. But at the end of the day, as a Dogs fan, who can really go out and an average Joe afford a national title ticket to go to? Right. $3,000 pop, whatever on top of it. Right. So at the end of the day,
to catch a NASCAR race if you're not actually there at the track is right here at Coach's Corner.
That's it.
In Thunderbolt, Georgia, the center of the universe.
Yeah, that's it. So like I said, to me, NASCAR is not going to be a dirt sport. I don't believe in that. I think it should always stay on asphalt. That's just my opinion. Maybe back in the day, that's how we did it. We ran some dirt. We're not back in the day. All right, technology has went from here to way over here in outer space, man. So we're going to keep it on asphalt. Yep. We're going to keep doing what we know, making the racing better, more competitive on a majority of the races we go to, as they've been doing, which I do applaud them for that. And that's the biggest key to me. So like I said, when we get done with it Sunday, next Wednesday, you'll hear my opinion on the Bristol dirt race. But it's going to be exciting either way.
Cup car owner Justin Marks said his tire bill for the Atlanta race was $28,600.
Not yet. I don't. It's unique. So in NASCAR, you have tracks like this, and Atlanta's unique in the fact of that. Everybody knows this is a long-run racetrack. This is somewhere that you go. There's not many cautions throughout the race. All right. So for example, had there not been stages in this race that we just watched on Sunday, how many cautions would there have been? There wouldn't have been very many cautions at all, right? One, maybe, right? So you would have ran 25 laps green. So no, I love the new racing. I think the racing there is amazing for the simple fact of, you saw it. You had a guy that dominated. We've seen Harvick dominate it, but it's not just about the guy that's in first, right? That's what we see on TV, is a couple little battles here and there. Right. But when you're there, you can pick out cars that are moving forward, or you can watch 17, 18, and 19, swap those three positions for 5 laps between the three of them. It's just a lot of different stuff going on. And to me, Atlanta has the grit. 5 to 7 laps, as I said. You can run it any way you want, as hard as you want, and after that, you better start saving. And if you don't, you burn them up.
When you yourself, personally, physically walked on the track, how did it feel under your tennis shoes?
Oh man, it's grippy, but it's 24 degrees, and I'm telling you,
on the track.
24 degrees is pretty steep.
It's going uphill, right?
Pretty steep. I mean, Talladega's 33 or whatever it is, and this is 24 degrees. It's steep.
Big was there. Brandon was there. You guys were at the start-finish line, I think.
Yeah.
And then a lady from the Atlanta track came
that was Lawrence. Lawrence took his grandkids down, did that. I took a golf cart out on it one time with some people that were camping by us. No, I wasn't with them. No, I had already left Monday morning, man. I had to get back home. But Lawrence had his grandkids there and his wife Kim. It was great seeing them. Let me tell you, the reactions from y'all over there, and I'm watching y'all while this race is going on. For hours, it was nothing but smiles for hours from everybody. Everybody loved it, and that was cool to see. But no, I mean, they did that, but the tire situation in Atlanta and the way it is, man, I love it. Don't change it yet. My personal opinion is, if we do, let's do progressive banking. Let's see what that does. I think that would be awesome. How progressive we get, I don't know. But I think if you make that high line 2 to 3 degrees sharper than what the bottom is, progress it up and make it 24, 26, 28.
Well, that's cupped right now.
No, it's
when
20.
You look at that, it goes like this.
Yeah, well, you got an apron, and it's 20
like
from that apron. From the apron to the wall, it's 24 degrees. Never changes.
It doesn't change?
Never changes. 24 degrees.
It sure looks like it changes.
Never changes. 24 degrees.
That's an optical illusion.
Yep. So I say 24, 26, 28. You give everybody a lot more options.
So when you get up on that 28, you're just basically
you're going to be getting it. You're going to be getting it, man.
Pulling G's.
Yeah. Like I said, figuring out the steepness, maybe downplay the bottom some. I don't know, but I think it'd be cool being progressive. If not, I would say give it 4 to 5 more years, or until it becomes a safety issue. Yeah. Like if we saw it at Daytona and different older tracks where pieces of the track pop up. Yeah. While they're racing on it. If it becomes a safety issue like that, then you have no choice really but to repave it. And when they do it's going to be. The last time they did fast, I was there. I was a kid, and it'll blow your mind how fast it went. Average lap speed. But anyways.
Is it always asphalt? Can they do concrete?
No, always going to be asphalt there. Always going to be asphalt. Way less, it's way inexpensive compared to a concrete track. Way less maintenance. Atlanta's so hot in the summers, snows in the winters, that concrete will crack everywhere.
When there's not dirt at Bristol, isn't it part concrete and part asphalt?
It's still concrete, I'm pretty sure. I think it's concrete still. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they do the same there. It's just we have, you have different style of what you do, and Atlanta's always going to be asphalt. To make that a concrete track would cost outrageous amounts of money. So, but no, on top of that, like I said, 4 or 5 years, the drivers love it. They love to be able to go and manage their own equipment, not so much of everybody, being equal in a way. You have guys that push it really hard. And as I was saying earlier, so the tires 5 to 7 laps, right? Yes. Now, what I'm going to say is, so Noah Gregson in the Xfinity race on Saturday started 30th, right? So here we go. I'm like, all right, this is Atlanta. I've got, stage 1's coming at this time, the end of stage 1. If I can get to 15th by that time, I'm doing great, right? So 30th, and it's like, that's going to be the guy to watch, obviously, because he's going to run those tires absolutely as hard as he can every lap. Doesn't matter. He is going to run that as hard as he can every lap till it's time to change tires, till it's time to pit. So then you come in and you base your tire strategy on, as a driver, what are you going to do now? This is what I would do. This is what I would do. What are we going to do now? I'm in 15th. Do I need to run as hard as I did from 15th up to the front right now and get the track position before the stage ends? Or do I need to kind of play it cool and get up to 7th, 8th, 9th? Like, you make that strategy. Obviously, right. Obviously, once you're in the top side, the top 5, you're going to run as hard as you do with the leaders until you start getting that relay back going, hey, after 10 laps, you're faster by this amount. Hey, you just gained on him by this. Hey, he's running this line, try this. Once you get that and you're inside that top 5 competitive, you're good. And I tell you what, I'll put it out there. Had Noah Gregson not got that front end damage, had not lost the track position on pit road, the front end damage I don't even think mattered. But the track position he lost on pit road with the incident with Hemrick, had that not happened, I guarantee you the 9 would have won that race, dude. He was flying.
He is, I see him from my perspective, I see him being the next Kyle Busch.
Yeah, in an attitude sense.
He's controversial.
Well, in an attitude sense,
hey, getting a fist fight.
Look, he sticks up for himself, man. I saw nothing wrong. I mean, I understand. Obviously being there, you couldn't see what happened. Afterwards, they put the footage out. Right. Afterwards, they put out the footage of what happened on the incident on pit road. I didn't see it. They might have showed it on TV. Don't know. I didn't see it. So I didn't know anything about it until later that night and looked it up. And I don't think he did any of that intentionally as a driver. I'm not sure, not positive. I'm not driving, I'm not there. No, I don't know the whole situation. But at the end of the day, if a man's doing an interview and doing this and you want to walk up and you push him, you put your hands on him, hey, Noah, I would have done the same thing, man. You threw the right, and that's what I mean. Hey, man, don't do me. Don't touch me, man. Like, talking's one thing. And like I said, I'm sure it might lead over a little bit more drama. It's happened a few times with Noah Gregson. Definitely with the sponsorship, got to learn to keep somewhat of a cooler head. I don't think there's anything wrong with being aggressive on the racetrack. He is right. He is very aggressive on the racetrack. I love that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But you gotta kind of mind your P's and Q's in some sense sometimes with certain sponsors. So we'll see where it goes. But
very young men.
Yeah, great driver, man. Great driver.
Men, and they have a lot of testosterone.
Oh yeah, man. Been there, done that, man. Been there, done that. A great driver, man. He's going to be a good one.
Sometimes that those hormones will just run away with you.
Oh yeah. He'll get it, man. He'll get it figured out.
It was fun. Kyle Busch won the truck race. No big surprise there.
No. Like I say,
it's kind of like a grown-up going out and playing sports with little kids.
Best equipment, best pit crew, best driver.
And we sat there and watched it. We watched that number 51 car. When you watch trucks, they go no. They come right by you. Trucks are cool. I love trucks.
Oh yeah, man, they're awesome. It's an awesome race. I mean, like I said, he dominates whenever he gets in that. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10. He did lose to one of his own trucks with John Hunter Nemechek. So I mean, he is beatable. It happened last year as well. To me, though, it just seems like in order to beat him on a consistent basis when he's in the trucks, he's got to have some kind of mechanical failure, a big issue, man. So at the end of the day, he's just that good.
Do 7 truck races.
Yeah. I mean, what I think out of those guys that hop into cars, I mean, even what we saw Martin Truex do it on Saturday in the Xfinity race, dominate it but lose it. Right. Very rare for these times. But my big thing that I would hope these guys would do, instead of doing this for your team, and instead of doing this for Joe Gibbs Racing, or instead of doing this for Kyle Busch Motorsports, let's go and say, hey, man, you know what? I'm going to put the bottom, 7 trucks in a hat, 8 trucks, and I'm going to draw somebody out. And whatever team this is, I'm going to go drive that truck for them.
What a concept!
I mean, why not, right?
Goes down and drives
Why not? I mean, I understand you have a business to run. You own the truck series. You can obviously put one of these young kids in that seat. They're going to have a good run. But for me, after you get that name and you have that followership of fans and people that pay attention to what you're doing, and even sponsors, man, go help somebody out, man. Go hop in some underfunded equipment.
Right. The guys give the
right. Go hop in some underfunded equipment, man. Go out and make some laps. Learn whatever you want to learn doing that. Not trying to learn a line or this and getting experience and seat time by racing good equipment, man.
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard you say.
I think it'd be cool if they did it. You know what I mean?
This is Brandon Bain, and he has a charitable heart.
That is it, man. Go drive somebody's equipment, man. Bottom of the sport. Go help somebody out.
You heard it here first, Mr. NASCAR. I hope you're. That is a brilliant.
Yeah, man.
That is a
great idea right there.
Brilliant idea. All right, the X race. Justin Allgaier wins. Justin did a great job.
Oh, he did, man. There again, like I said.
For him. And by the way, he remembered a crew member that lost the life with his wife last night. And he actually kind of got a little bit emotional.
Oh yeah, I believe it, man. They're family, man, and a big win for Justin Allgaier, man. Been a staple in that side of the sport for a long time. Finally getting the recognition he deserves. He's showing everybody what he can do. He's a really good race car driver, really good equipment there again.
Yeah.
Watch out, man. I tell you what, if he stunk it up at Atlanta, other than Truex, similar thing than what we saw Sunday.
Truex was
and then he wasn't. And once he got out front and got that clean air, man, he was gone and made good moves. So, like I said, big kudos Justin Allgaier. Probably going to get a couple more wins at least this year. Very excited for him, man.
In the Cup race, Kevin Harvick was 1 lap down, which we actually sat there and watched this.
Yeah.
He called his car, quote, the biggest pile of crap he's ever driven.
Yeah. They're, like I said, man, Stewart Haas is really hit and miss, man, especially the 4. Everybody else is kind of doing normally what they do, holding this position or that position, but you expect the 4 to be running up front, and especially at Atlanta. Well, we had a tire issue there, and then, he did a really good job staying down in front of Larson there for a long time. It was a good lot of laps logged before Larson finally got by. You expect them to be good, and they're just struggling a little bit. We had a 6th place finish, 4th place finish, whatever, and then a 20th, and then another one, and so he's kind of wishy-washy right now. Like I said, I don't know what they got going on. I'm sure him and Childers get it figured out here before we get past first 10 races, and before we get into the summer races, they're definitely going to get this figured out. So
Ryan Blaney continues his tradition of giving the checkered flag to a young fan.
Yep, there we go, man. Love it. Young kid in a sport trying to rebuild the youth. He's got a fan, man. I saw the kid had the Blaney shirt on. That's my fan. Hey, come here, man. Come get this. Never forget that.
Like Lawrence Bennett's grandkid,
right?
Who went to their first Cup race in Atlanta with us. That young child will never.
No, they'll never forget that, man. And like I said, for me, it just kind of was a bummer with obviously the COVID stuff and the restrictions, which we know. But I just remember so many years of being a kid, their age or younger or older, and going down and being able to autographs and you're literally standing from me to you from a Kyle Busch or from this guy and. That's why I love that sport.
Overwhelming.
It's neat, man. It's awesome. It's so cool.
Significant. In the Army, we used to call that a significant emotion.
Right, man. It is absolutely awesome. It's amazing, and it's something for kids never forget. I was one of those kids. I've never forgot it. You know what I mean? So many stories, right?
You are the Atlanta man.
I'm the Atlanta man, and yeah, I am, man.
You had the cape on, by the way.
Yeah, I did. I did have the cape on, man. I always do. Like I said, every Sunday I pull it out. I do not do it for Saturday. Saturday's just my day to let it go, and I get it there and have a lot of fun on top of the RV. But Sunday's my day there again to still let it go. But always got to put the checkered flag on.
I can tell you were having a good
time. Get ready to fly, man. That's it, bro. So
honestly, I can't say it enough. Thank you for having us.
Oh man, dude! I told you anytime we need to get together, got to find another spot. We got to get it going. Get Jeannie up there. We got to get LB coming back, Kim coming back, kids coming back. We got to get JB and Karen coming. We got to get Damon, my bodyguard. I'm missing you, brother. I know you're watching. Yeah, he's got to come too next time, man. I'm telling you, it's just a great time, awesome time, and to get everybody there with the people that we already know, our Turn 2 crew family, our NASCAR family, man, it'd be nothing but camaraderie and just making it even more of a big family, and that's what we're all about. So, no, thank you guys for coming, man. Like I said, I got more excitement out of watching you guys and your reaction to what was going on than
like
anything, right? Than anything. The whole weekend, I'm like, yeah, man. You know, I'm like, oh, they're hooked now. You know, brings a whole new meaning to what we watch on TV, doesn't it?
They got a section. They got this place at the track. It's like a big open area, and they put all these. They're not haulers, but they're like merchandise trailers.
Yeah, souvenir haulers. Yeah.
They got one for all the big drivers, and we go down there, and this is you got to wear a mask in this area. And he wanted to get some stuff from number 9.
Yeah.
But he also wanted to get a shirt for Jordan.
Yep,
right?
and I got the shirt. I did bring the shirt tonight for Jordan. So, Jordan, we do have your Harvick shirt that I promised you.
8-year-old guest.
Yep.
Look at that right there.
So, check this out. We did get this for
So
her.
He gets in line.
Yeah.
And so I go get in line at the number 9 trailer. And that was kind of, it's a long line.
Very long line.
We strategized, and I went, and I was burning through the line, and then he walked up, and I gave him my spot.
Yeah.
It is. Going to a race is an event, man. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's not just the race.
Trucks driving around bringing ice. If you're in a trailer, there's guys coming around. They call it the honey wagon.
Yeah.
They take the bad stuff out. They put the good stuff in.
Yeah.
It's like a little city for a couple.
It is, man. It really is. And there again, like I said, the camaraderie of it's amazing. You know, you just get together. If you need something, somebody's got it. They're more than willing to give it to you. They don't charge you for it. They don't ask you twice. Hey, man, take it. You know, you might have something I need tomorrow, right? Right. Doesn't matter, man. No, we're NASCAR family, man. That's it.
And literally, no kidding.
Yep.
It is the most egalitarian, wonderful experience.
Yeah, and it's awesome, man. Like I said, just loving everybody down there as always, man. And yeah, so the race is the bonus, the people, the plus. You get to meet all those people and form the relationships and bonds that I've been blessed to form with these guys. Yeah, and we all gamble, we all drink, we all have a good time, we all tell stories and joke and poke fun at other when possible. I mean, that's just part of it. We're family, you know. Yeah. But yeah, man, you got the souvenir haulers, and like I say, a non-COVID year, man, you got Ferris wheel up there, music outside the track as well, where the haulers are at. Right. But they did a really good job with at least incorporating a few things Atlanta did for the fans. They had the, can't remember the brand of the tea, the seltzer and teas they're pushing. Bold Rock, pretty sure that's like that. But that was pretty cool. Had a little thing, free koozies, this and that. The Quick Stop, the gas station was giving away free stuff. Come spin a wheel, get a free koozie. Quick Trip, that's it.
Quick Trip.
Free socks, free this. Usually it's a lot more of that. Wasn't this year, obviously, due to the pandemic. But we're going to get back there, man. But I do think Atlanta and NASCAR did an amazing job putting on the event. But it's not just a race. It is an actual event. There's a lot of stuff to do. 2 years ago, they actually had, professional bullfighting, not bull riding, fighting. So these guys go out and do backflips over bulls like rodeo clowns, and they got all kinds of cool stuff, man. So, like I said, looking forward to getting back to normal. But great job by NASCAR and Atlanta Motor Speedway for putting on that event, man.
That was.
It's awesome, man. It's a great time.
I can't say it enough. This leads us now to our checkered flag for charity. We are a charitable organization here, Rubbin' and Grubbin' at Coach's Corner, the center of the universe. We saved Randy Davis, we saved Becca Spear, and now we're saving the money charity that backstops us. It's called Help Save One of Our Own. They are a 501c3 charity here. I think they're probably headquartered on Tybee Island, but it's in the Savannah, Georgia area. And all I can say about this is, imagine if your kid came up with a really, really bad illness and you didn't have enough money to deal with that. You didn't have insurance or enough insurance. You didn't have enough money to go down to Jacksonville or go up to Atlanta, and you couldn't go to work because you got to take care of your kid. There is a 501c3 charity here in this area called Help Save One of Our Own, and those people have your back. And that's why we're helping them all year long.
Yeah, man. I mean, as of the time, that's the whole reason we do this. I mean, it's always have a good time talking NASCAR. We both, yeah, man, we're helping save one, throwing everything we got in there. Like I tell you guys all the time, if you haven't donated yet, please stop by Coach's Corner anytime. Nickels, pennies, dimes, 50s, 20s, doesn't matter. We do not care. Throw some money in here, man. It all goes.
That makes a difference.
Like we say, that helps support the local community. The help for the local community comes from the local community, man. And we've done a really good job over the years. Everybody that's a patron of Coaches and the people that we reach out to always do big things for us. So we're calling on you again, as we always do. But yeah, man, we're going to make this happen. So unfortunately, The 5 car didn't win because I really needed Kyle Larson to get. Yeah, you had him up there. I had him down here, and I had him in one up there. So I was, I was hoping for that after my boy blew an engine, which I hated to see that.
His boy,
Blaney got the win.
I'm not Kyle Larson. Chase.
Yeah, Chase blew up, man. I hated it. I don't know what happened, but it hated. But Blaney ended up getting the win, man. So that's the 12 car. 12 is never enough. We always do this, so we're gonna make it 20, man.
$20. We're donating $20. $20 to help save one of our own. That brings our total this year. We're 6 races into the season. That's $2,247. And that's just a couple of crackers.
Yeah, man, having a good time, man. We're getting it done, man. And at the end of the day, I'm sure we got some more stuff coming up. Got to talk to the producers, get together with everybody else, try to get some more stuff rolling and see what we can make happen here, man. Let's get, keep the ball rolling, man. We're doing good. 6 races in, we're doing real good.
If you saw this show last week when Jordan was sitting here running with us, you may remember that at one point, I'd had a couple beers and I was really digging at having this young, smart child doing our show with about racing. At one point, I took out a tip that I had received that day, and I gave it to her and said, "Hey, thanks for being with us." It was a $100 bill, right?
Yep.
My wife actually saw that. She watched the show.
Oh yeah, Jeannie always watches the show.
I come home, and she goes, "Hey, I just want you to know that I watched the show, and I saw you give that kid that $100," and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to be in trouble." She goes, I started crying.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, I'm out of jail. I was crying because she didn't give it a bill.
Right, there it is. That's it. That's Coach. That's right, man.
You are such a sap, and you're such, we're good guys.
Oh, yeah, always, man, always.
Coach Carlton Moss is in the house.
That's it, baby.
You can hear him in the background. He's getting ready to come up here. We got to get off this. We got a couple minutes.
We got a few minutes, man. We're going to get there.
Let's talk about the Bristol Dirt Race.
Yeah, man.
Goodyear tires feature the same block-style tread pattern that the trucks ran at Eldora.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
So will the dirt eat the tires up?
Nah, not as bad as what you would think.
The whole race on one set?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what you tend to try to do, depending on. We're just going to have to see how the race goes and the strategies, man.
This is new ground.
Yeah, it's new ground. I mean, like I said, this is right.
Ground.
I'm like, I'll take a guess, man, but more than likely, unless there's an issue, I would say probably so. I don't know. We're just going to have to see how it plays out, man. I don't know. We just got to see how it plays out.
There's 4 heat races on Saturday.
Yep.
That determines the starting lineup. Teams can repair damage that they get during the heat race. What's a heat race?
So heat's like qualifying race. So you'll race in whatever position you finish and awarded through how many cars you passed or spots you gained, and et cetera, et cetera. They line you all up for the main event, and there you go.
So this is like dirt track stuff.
Oh yeah.
It happens all over America all the time.
Yeah.
All right.
Some of the dirt track, some places do different things, different styles, different formats.
Who are your 5 drivers? Your picks.
Well, I mean, I've been calling this out from the very beginning of the year. I had him this past weekend in Atlanta, and he should have won that race. He's already got to win. If you don't go Kyle Larson to win on dirt right here, you're not a fan. I don't even want to talk to you. Hey, man. let me tell you, this kid's been tearing it up on dirt. If I have to make a decision off of just statistical information, and what we're going off of is who's got the most seat time in it as of recent that goes out and just absolutely dominates, whether it's this style car, this style car, or this style car, is Kyle Larson. Right? So we don't know with this style car, but one thing I do know is Kyle Larson can drive pretty much a boat on dirt if he had to, all right? He'd probably win in a boat. So I'm going to take Kyle Larson first. Second for me has got to be Christopher Bell. Another kid, grew up racing dirt, an amazing talent on dirt, really good. It's going to be a little different top 5 this week because we're going to dirt, man. Chase Briscoe. Hadn't heard that name very much, especially in the top 5 picks for a win. Kid knows how to run dirt. You got Austin Dillon. There again, one Eldora that has experience on this, knows how to run some dirt.
Was it the 609?
Yeah, 604 or 605 or whatever it is. One of the cars. Yeah, he tore it up. Yeah, he tore it up. And a 5 for me. I mean, there's a couple names out there that do this on the regular too as well. But I mean, we got to throw at least one staple in there at some point in time. And I mean, I think that you're going to see a Kyle Busch probably have a pretty decent run, man. I think that he's a good enough wheelman. Once he gets it figured out, kind of gets aligned. But I mean, there's so many names. I mean, you got the Eric Jones. You got, you know, some of these guys are going to go out. They're going to have some successful runs, man. I mean, nobody does this. This is the first time.
Well, you know, NASCAR is bringing us something we haven't seen before.
Yeah, but there again, like I said, I still believe 8 to 9 cars max on the lead, on the lead lap at the end of the race. 8 to 9
so
cars.
There's going to be crashes.
Oh, there's going to be cars out
Chaos.
big time. I would think so. I would think at some point in time, yes, it's going to be pretty crazy.
Hey, listen, it's time for us to thank the newest sponsor of the Rubbin' and Grubbin' Show. And if you, by the way, own a business and you would like us to shout out to you from the center of the universe, from Coach's Corner, all you got to do is get a hold of John Henderson, the owner, Lawrence Bennett, the producer. You can call me, Dan Folds. You can call Brandon Bain. Yep. We would love to talk about your great product, your great service. But we do have the number one sponsor. That is Arborman Tree Service.
That's it. Yeah, good buddy.
Your buddy.
Yep.
And by the way, he volunteers for our charitable barbecue contest.
Yeah, every year, man. I mean, everything that we do for charity, all he is a phone call away, man. He is so charitable. Has great donations for everything we do. Great-hearted dude, known him forever. Like I say, Arborman Tree Service, man. Parker Eccles, owner. Love you, brother. Thank you as always.
Thank you,
huge sponsor for us, man. So any tree service that you need done, no job too big or small, no tree too tall. I'm sure he's gonna like that one. That's pretty good right there. He's gonna like that one right there. So yeah, man. So hey, at the end of the day, just make sure you get Parker a call. Arborman Tree Service, man. Not only does he sponsor us, he does a lot of things. Other things locally, big member of his church. I mean, he's just a great guy. So at the end of the day, you need some help, great tree man, give him a holler.
So probably the last thing you're thinking about right now is hurricane season.
It's coming, man.
It's springtime, but hurricane season's coming. And if you remember, if you live in Savannah, within the sound of my voice, the last few years, there's been some spectacular hurricanes that have come through here, and there's been a whole bunch of trees down. So what I would recommend you do by way of preventative maintenance is call Parker and Arborman Tree Service and just have him come out to your house and say, that tree will kill you, that tree will kill your car, and that tree will kill your house. And let him look at it, and he's a good kid.
Yeah, man.
This is a good young man. He won't try to get you in trouble. He'll just look at your stuff and say, you might want to do this,
yeah,
you might want to do
that. Yeah, your name, man. Like I said, done my mom and dad's, in-laws, grandmas. He does everything for my family, man. And other buddies, I mean, he's just a great guy. All he is a phone call away, man. So like I say, Arborman Tree Service, Parker Eccles, that's who you need to talk to, man. Great guy.
So this show is called Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing.
Grubbin' is tasting, man.
And look at what we have tonight. Now, I actually have no idea what we're grubbing on tonight. Oh,
fried pickles.
Fried pickles. I'm down.
Special sauce.
Can I just say that you look actually spectacular?
Thank you.
Now, you can't tell.
I am going to get one of these right now.
On camera, because that beautiful, what's that perfume you're wearing?
Black Diamond.
Diamonds does not go through the camera, but it goes through the air. All right.
Pickle, man.
Fried pickles.
Picking the secret sauce, too.
I actually have. We're getting ready to have trivia right here in the store.
Yeah, man. It's that time, man. Hey, man. As we always say, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you stay tuned. Coach Carl DeMasi, we're running late. We're about to throw him on right now. AD Chad Griffin. 19th hole. Yeah, who's on first, man? Hot grits. Love us all. Support coaches. Come out and see us. Mask up. Stay safe. Till then, wash your hands.
That's the new show.
That's the new show. That's Coach's new one coming, man.
It's already up. It's up and running.
I like it. That's what it was on Saturday, or just on Wednesdays?
It's on Wednesdays. It's a podcast.
Okay. I'll be watching that one.
Thank you, guys.